Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to our climate change discussions. I got Dr. Catterman here and
Hello, everybody.
Setting the stage. In the future, there will be more charging of electrical vehicles and maybe the elimination of natural gas appliances. How are we going to accommodate this demand without natural gas?
When you're talking about the peak power demand, we have to keep in mind that during that time, it's going to definitely go up because, like for the electric cars, when they come home, that's when they're going to want to charge their cars.
yeah, and that's when it's the highest demand.
That's when it's the highest demand.
Yeah.
And then plus, they're going to do away with natural gas-based water heaters and stoves. So now, during those times when people are cooking, or if you're in the morning taking a shower,
using more of the
you're
grid,
using more of electricity rather than natural gas. So that power demand is going to go up as well too.
Right.
So we're going to have a lot more.
Exactly.
Issue number 1. During peak times, solar and wind can't provide the majority of our power. Therefore, we depend upon fossil fuel power plants to provide us with this power.
So when you think about when's the peak demand? The peak demand for us, well, I looked it up in our city, and it's around 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, everybody's getting up, getting ready to go to work. All the lights get on. They're cooking breakfast. You're taking showers, and so consuming a lot of electricity. But there's hardly any sun up, at 6 o'clock in the morning. So what's happening? It's this huge demand, and we have wind also supplement wind generating farms out here. So that's producing maybe 10% of our power at that time. So most of it is being now produced by say petroleum products, natural gas or coal or something like that. Okay, that's 90% of it at that moment. And then as everybody goes to work and demand starts to drop, lights go off. Then all of a sudden the solar says, "Hey, we're ready to provide power." And so they're kicking it in, but it's not as much as demand. But still, that's good because and then with solar and wind here in our city, around noon we can produce up to half of the power consumption needs in the city through those renewables, which is nice. But then once evening comes, it all starts all over again. Okay, so then now we're down to less than 10% for those renewables. So there's this peak part. So really, to me, you're not going to solve that problem by wind and solar alone, that peak demand. You're only going to solve that problem by supplementing it with a natural gas, something like a natural gas.
Issue number 2. The reason we need natural gas power plants is that they fulfill a more instantaneous power on demand that we need during peak electrical demand periods.
What the advantage of a natural gas power plant, we'll talk about natural gas, is that's almost an instantaneous. It's not quite instantaneous, but you can turn on the gas, or you can turn it off, or you can turn it up a little bit or down. You can adjust it to what you need for the amount of power you need. So they're very easily adjustable to the demand. Whereas like a nuclear plant or a solar plant, solar farm, those type of things are just there. They're producing power only when the sun's out at peak times. It's difficult for you to control that. Okay, so maybe at noon you're going to get more power than you need. At night, it's kind of like heat on demand in your house. If you ever had gas heat on demand, you may be.
Yeah, we have one of those at home. Yeah, I think we have one of those at home.
But it's sort of like, hey, I need hot water now, and so it comes right on, right? And so you turn on the hot water, it kicks on, and provides you hot water instantaneously. That's sort of like what a natural gas power plant can do. It's like, oh, boom, all of a sudden, there's all these cars being charged. Boom, we got to kick on the plant now.
Issue number 3. How does this all work? We'll need natural gas power plants in a more modern network distributed electrical grid system.
Let's go back to distribution again. Distribution is a choke point for all this. I mean, those high power tension lines that aren't being upgraded, and then the whole loop or radial systems need to be upgraded to that networking system, smart system that we're talking about, so that you have multiple smaller power plants. You can kick on 1 or 2 or 3 as you need, and then kick off 1 or 2 or 3 as you don't want to go down, and that helps you reduce the waste part of it all. And so that would be a supplemental system designed to help augment with the 80% renewables that we're trying to get up to, and by 2035 or 2050?
Yeah, something like that.
Issue number 4. Solar farms usually have to be constructed outside of urban areas, whereas you can have natural gas plants closer or within the cities.
What I've heard as far as these natural gas plants or these fossil fuel plants is that you can build them closer to the city and stuff like that too. Whereas these solar farms and all that are usually in the rural areas. So you have all that transmission you have to go through too to get.
There's loss. But if we get, you can put small, natural gas burning plants, in closer to places. They do that all the time around the cities. I mean, so that would be great. But do the solar and wind and all that first, and then you supplement with natural gas plants.
Frank's conclusion: we will need to depend upon more smaller natural gas power plants to provide power when renewables such as wind and solar can't do this.
I'm not saying I'm an advocate for, natural gas plants. I'm not. But what I'm saying is right now, even if we went 100% renewable energy, if we had 100% based on nuclear, wind, solar, hydro, and wind, solar, hydro, biomass, all that stuff. If it was 100%, you're still going to have times where at peak demand, when the solar farms are down at night and when there's a cold storm coming through, you may not be able to even, you might have had 100% in the daytime, but at nighttime and during those certain conditions, you're going to have something that supplements that on demand. And that's where I think like a natural gas plant would be very useful. So in order for us to keep our standard of living, I think we need to consider having some of that be part of our plan, even if it's just a small part, but something that would provide us with that extra margin of capacity so that we will not, go without power when hard times come on.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, we thank you for watching this video with us, and stay tuned for further videos. And as far as now, this is the Climate Brothers, Change Brothers, and we hope you have a good day.
All right. See you.